Hi everybody, welcome to City and County Credit Union's Tip Tuesday. My name is Bailey and I am so glad that you are tuning in. As mentioned last month, we are taking our Tip Tuesday on the road to meet with community leaders who can give us tips and tricks that we can start using right now. And that's why today I'm super excited to introduce you to Jeff Stohr, Financial Advisor. Come with me and I'll introduce you. Oh wait, I forgot to mention, today's Tip Tuesday, we're filming at our Mill City, a division of City and County Credit Union location in Brooklyn Park. So if you're a member who typically goes to our Lake Elmo, Woodbury, or even Maplewood office, you can come see us in Brooklyn Park as well. Now you might notice things are orange and blue here, but they're still a part of our family. All right, let's go. Hi everybody! In the spirit of back to school, we thought it was the perfect time to talk about ways parents can start saving for their child's education. And I am by no means the expert on that, so I'm going to pass the buck to Jeff Stohr. But before we get started, Jeff, do you want to take a second to introduce yourself?
Yeah, thanks Bailey, appreciate it. Hey, thanks for letting me do this video. My name is Jeff Stohr, I'm a financial advisor. I've been in the industry 20 years and been a financial advisor over at Mill City since April of 2020, so about a year and a half almost, and live in the South Metro with my wife and 2 kids and our dog.
Oh, gotta include the dog. The family pets are always important.
Yes.
And I can attest to, I worked with Jeff since he started here, and it's truly been a great relationship because he cares about our members and he doesn't care what you make, where you come from. It's all about helping you succeed for financial long-term goals. And so as we dive in, I'm gonna start with a hard question.
Sure.
First and foremost.
Sure.
As parents are starting to think about their children growing up, what is the best way that they can start preparing for the cost of education? Because we know it's on the rise.
Yeah, sure, great question. 529 plans are really what we use the most, college savings. So 529 plans we think are the best way to save for college expenses. Contributions fall under the gift tax rules. They grow tax deferred, and all the earnings and growth come out tax free when used for qualified education expenses.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and also worth mentioning, grandparents can open 529 plans and fund them for their grandkids.
Oh, so I should have been knocking on my grandma and grandpa's door to get
Yes,
that started.
Yes. We see that a lot.
That's excellent though. And anything helps. I mean, we know that college is on the rise and cost of education. And so that really brings me to my second question, because I think when you talk about investing, people kind of panic thinking they need a ton of money. So with this specific 529 plan, what's the minimum monthly contribution amount and how much do you need to get it started?
Yeah, they're pretty small minimums. Actually, you can open a plan for somewhere around $250.
Oh, wow.
And typically ongoing contributions can be as little as $50 a month.
Okay, yeah, definitely doable.
Yeah.
And if you think about starting it, while your child is in kindergarten learning their ABCs, or even if they're in high school, it's still setting them up for that long-term success, which I think is really important as we're starting to shape the youth. So I've heard about 529s in the past, and I've really only heard that they could only be used for college tuition. But I hear that's changed, so I'd love to know what expenses that 529 plan can cover.
Sure, that's a great question. So tuition, books, even room and board in many situations. Sometimes, certainly on-campus living expenses, but sometimes even off-campus. Most colleges have a list of what qualifies and doesn't in terms of, how far off campus you can live.
Absolutely.
And still have it paid for. Yes.
Wow, and so branching off of that question, because that's where I traditionally use my 529 plan. My parents had one for myself, but I've heard that you can also use it if you're sending your children to a private school. So like if you have middle school or going to a private school that has tuition, is that true?
Yes, a few years back they changed the rules on that where you can now use it for private schools, K through 12.
Wow.
And that's up to $10,000 a year.
Wow, that's incredible. So it's a really great option whether your kiddo is in kindergarten versus, a high schooler learning calculus. It's a great option for kids of all ages.
Yeah.
Excellent. So the biggest question, I think, because I like to have quick access to my money, and so when I'm ready to use that 529 funding on an expense, how do I get access to it? Is it easy? What does that look like?
It's pretty simple. I mean, you really would just, call us.
Okay.
And we would either have the money sent out directly to you via check or ACH.
Excellent.
And then you would just pay the college
Okay.
or the university, and you just want to keep your paperwork for when you do your taxes
Okay.
and file your taxes. The other, sometimes what we also do is we'll actually have the 529 company, whoever it is, send the money directly to the college or university.
Oh, so there's no
Yes.
middleman. It can go
Correct.
directly to that college.
Correct. Yes.
Wow. And so what if I am purchasing books, for example, and I bought terribly expensive books on Amazon.
Yeah.
How can I get reimbursed for those type of costs?
Sure. Typically, in that situation, we would send the money right to you.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Perfect.
And then you'd want to keep your receipts.
Okay.
And have all that in order for when you file your taxes.
that sounds easy enough. I mean,
Yeah.
as long as I know who to call and get access to the money, I think that is a great plan.
Yeah.
And so wrapping up, most importantly, I
Yeah.
think, is if I'm ready to start a 529 plan for my kiddos, what's the best way to work with you and your team and how to get started?
Sure. The best thing to do is call my assistant, Ellie Meenan.
Okay.
Her phone number is 651-787-9575. And that's probably the best way to start.
And I will make sure to link that contact information in the video description. So if you're trying to, quickly write down that phone number, we will have it set out for you. And I just would like to end, Jeff, with one final question.
Sure.
For you personally,
Yeah.
how would you describe the biggest perk to parents of opening a 529 plan? Like if a parent walked into your office, what would you say the biggest perk is of opening that account?
The tax benefits of it, I mean, especially the tax deferred but tax free
Absolutely.
usage of the money for qualified expenses. And it's all about time and tax deferral. And if you can get enough growth in there, it'll make it well worthwhile.
Well, there you have it, folks. Thank you so much, Jeff, for hanging out with us today.
Yeah.
That is another Tip Tuesday, and we will be back next month with another awesome topic and community partner. Bye, everybody.